He did not know what had become of the Record of Fates. With nothing to seal away, he instead used the remaining soul dregs to turn 9 of the Netsuke made by Jinkichi into ritual implements to be sealed away in Honjo. He placed a spell so that should someone try to activate the Rite of Resurrection again, all 9 pieces will awaken at once, and to pass the whole truth of these events to future generations, he wrote everything down in the Record of Fates Yin Scroll and passed it down to his descendants. Meanwhile, the townspeople kept silent about the incidents out of fear of being cursed. However, these occurrences were so strange that gossip about it couldn't truly be contained. Over time, the details became more and more vague as the stories grew into legends, and that is how they came to be called the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. My god. Ooh, I see. What's it say? First is a detailed account of the tragedy surrounding the Rite of Resurrection that occurred in Honjo back in the Edo period. The whole story of what we call the Honjo incident is laid out clearly. That incident was the origin of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo and their curses, right? Yes, the resentment of the victims of the incident turned into curses, which are the curse echoes. The contents are organised like an answer sheet, so it doesn't just give us the information we need. Ah, is there anything else? Yes, here's what we've been looking for. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident, it says. Oh, he foresaw all of this happening. And it continues. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo. My body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline. My mind, that is my unconsciousness. Wow, so if we gather these 3 things in one place, Seaman's Rite of Cleansing will activate and completely negate the curses in the Rite of Resurrection. Oh, that's it. That's exactly what we need. The 3 things are Seaman's soul, body and mind. It says the soul is Seaman's curse echo. His curse echo, so Seaman himself is part of the Seven Mysteries. Now that you mention it, Mr. Oraishi said something along those lines before. There's another hint written here. My curse echo holds my curse brings ruin to curse bearers. What kind of hint is that? Maybe it'll make more sense as we keep looking. But will the curse echo still appear if the curse bearer is already gone? Next, the body is a descendant of Seaman's, it seems. Wasn't Yoshimi a relative of Seaman's? He and Michio Shiraishi, who had the other talisman. Both of them had already passed by the time this iteration of the curses was unleashed. No, that's true. What are we gonna do? His bloodline was so split up, there have to be others. Oh, there's another note here too. Where? Is it another hint? As for the body, seek not only one who bears my blood, but one with strong spirit sense. Such an individual will be able, if a spirit attempts to possess them, to instead take control of that spirit themselves. So it says. Do we know anyone like that? I can't think of anyone. Let's move on for now. Next is the mind. What's the difference between the mind and the soul? In paranormal theory, it's said that humans are made up of soul, body and mind. The mind is essentially thought to be a part of the spirit that makes up one's consciousness, or oneself. It's like driving. The body is the car, the soul is the control system, and the mind is the driver. I see. I think that makes sense. So is there a hint for finding this one too? Well, let's see. There's this. Should the Rite of Resurrection be activated elsewhere, so too shall my mind be awakened there. Seaman tried to seal away the Rite of Resurrection, but before he could, I shouldn't have stole the Record of Fates. So as a countermeasure to the rite being activated, he made it so that his mind would be released from the seal. Okay, but what does that actually mean? What it means is, Seaman's mind awoke... oh, I get it. Seaman's mind awoke the night the rite was activated and must be possessing someone out there right now. What? So we have to get that person together with everything else. Alright. So we have to find the curse echo, the descendant, and the person possessed by Seaman. Then we just get them together in one place and we'll be good to go. Right, but there is one thing. The second and third one could both be the same person. Ooh. But who could that be? If it's like how Michio lost her memories when she was possessing Yoko, Seaman's consciousness might not be aware of who it really is. So if he learned the truth, would he start to act of his own accord? Oh, then that person could already be... Well, hold on a second, someone's coming this way. Huh? Excuse me, could I interrupt for just a moment? Yoko! Who might you be? Would you buy this empty can of juice I just finished drinking for 10,000 yen? Huh? I'll even throw in these bones from some fried chicken. Can't beat a deal like this. I don't really want them. Don't say that. Come on, they're delicious. Actually, I thought I might just have a picnic right here. Won't you join me? Sorry, I don't understand. What should we do? Well, it's not like we need this exact spot and we can't do anything with other people around. Let's just move somewhere else. She has the Whispering Canal, doesn't she? Sorry, we're in the middle of something, so we'll just be on our way. Yep. Figured that. So she did get the curse. She killed Shogo then. What a bitch. Yeah. God. Right. So that was the conclusion, but not the real ending, I guess. Yeah, my heartfelt thanks for all your hard work thus far. This brings the story of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo to a close. And who could have foreseen such a conclusion? Unfortunately, it seems the so-called mastermind was one step ahead of you. She remains hidden, leaving behind no evidence. Perhaps there is truly no way to stop her. However, should you find that this conclusion is not to your liking, by all means, please pursue a different path. You have done it once before, so I am sure you already know how. With that, I shall be taking my leave. I have been your humble storyteller. Good night. So yeah, there's the end. Yeah, I think it's this. I'm pretty sure this is just before we get killed. No, because I remember seeing the bloody light. Because I thought that was the spirit that What's-His-Face was using, but it appears that was not the case. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Whoops. I went to the wrong one. Oh, whoops. I don't want to do... Wait, how do I leave? Oh, story chart. I'm an idiot. Yes. This is where I want to be. There we go. Resume. Start from talking to Takumi. So basically... There it is. Huh? The hell is that? Looks like a light floating mid-air. Hi, Takumi. Hey, it's getting closer. It's coming closer. Is this another one of the Seven Mysteries? Looks like a will-o'-the-wisp, maybe. Was there anything like that in the Seven Mysteries? Touch it! Huh? Am I supposed to touch it? Wait, wouldn't this kill me because I'm moving away from Takumi? Whatever. Hooray! Aha! Cleansing. When the body, soul, and mind of Seaman Tsuchimikado have all been brought together, the rite of cleansing is activated, dispelling all rituals and curses that have previously been performed. And I play as Shogo, so even Shogo won't die. Nice. Oh. My. Finally you have arrived at this juncture. I expected no less from you. That would mean that you have managed to bring everything to light. Though there is the possibility that you have wound up here by chance. So before I take you any further, I must ask you a number of questions. About what exactly the soul, body, and mind of Seaman Tsuchimikado are? Firstly, which Kurosaka represents the soul of Seaman Tsuchimikado? It's the beckoning light. Yes, that is exactly it. After his defeat at the hands of Ashino in the Honjo incident, Seaman wandered about near Honjo. The form of his curse echo changed over time with the legend he left behind. This is the curse echo which was acquired by Mayu Chizawa, but when called forth by Seaman's body and mind, it appeared momentarily before him. Let us continue. Who served as the self of Seaman Tsuchimikado? Who was his body, his descendant who carried his blood in their veins? I was playing as Shogo, so I'm gonna guess Shogo. It was Shogo, not like Shogo. No, Shogo. Correct again! Although Shogo Okiie was born to an ordinary family, the blood of a distant relative ran thick in his veins. In truth, the same is true for Yoko Fukunaga. She was also one who had the blood of a distant relative coursing through her. In her case, it was Ashino. Seaman and Ashino, fated to meet again, all these hundreds of years later. Is that why Shogo killed her? And why the reverse is true? Now for my final question. Who was the mind of Seaman Tsuchimikado? Tell me the name of the person whose consciousness directly tied to his. Me, because I'm the player. Oh, I see. You believe it to be... you. Are you saying you believe it to be yourself? Are you certain? Yes, you are correct. Finally, you have remembered. That's right, you are. Seaman's consciousness, awoken by the curses in the Rite of Resurrection. However, having lost your memories, you forgot about the duty assigned to you. This is, if I may say so, where I played my part, guiding you through the events of this story. As your consciousness was all that was left to you. Not left of you? Left of you. You manipulated time and space by way of the story chart, jumping from vessel to vessel. You manipulated your host's actions by whispering commands into their ears. In doing so, you were able to get the full picture of what needed to be done. But at one point, while still unconscious, you managed to remember your duty. The so-called mastermind behind these events, the one who awakened the rite and the curses, was Yoko Fukunaga, descendant of Ashino herself. You unconsciously activated your curse and killed her. To be fair, I've thought of that after I started the second... it was after I finished the first session. I remembered that when you turn around to look if there's something there, you press LT to activate your spirit sense. But what that's actually doing is activating the curse, and it is what's killing Yoko. How interesting that she awakened Seaman's consciousness at the same time as the curses. Oh, that's what the shockwave was. That was the one and only time she could have been stopped. Ah, but due to your influence on Shogo Okiie's will, Yoko Fukunaga was brought back to life, using the story chart to undo her death. I led you to believe that it was the work of the Rite of Resurrection itself. But as it turns out, seeking what would transpire if the mastermind was not killed at the outset, is what ultimately revealed the way to put an end to the curses for good. There were certain things which would have answered all your questions had you noticed them. For example, even while under your control, that is true, Shogo Okiie willingly used his curse. When I asked you early on how many Shogo Okiie had killed, this is what I meant. Had you not used the curse, Shogo Okiie would have done so of its own accord. Furthermore, Mayu Chizawa was able to recall information which only you knew. She was able to do this because she was connected to you through her curse echo, the beckoning light. Oh. In truth, Yoko is a descendant of Onmyoji, who continues to practice in modern times. Her ancestor, Ashino, attempted to steal the Rite of Resurrection in Honjo during the Edo period. Born with exceptional spirit sense, Yoko learned about her own ancestry while researching her roots, and was disappointed to find her bloodline had fallen into mediocrity. She became consumed with the ambition to restore her family's lost glory through her own powers, and devised a scheme to succeed where Ashino failed and performed the Rite of Resurrection. Yoko continued her training, developing her spiritual and curse powers until she discovered the Record of Fates, which offered clues regarding the rite. She plotted to use the curse, or the curses of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, to gather a large number of soul dregs by calling forth curse echoes and setting the stage for mutual slaughter. The ultimate plan involved invoking a large-scale Feast of Shadows, awakening the curses, performing the rite herself, and bringing together enough soul dregs to revive Ashino. Since the effects of the curses increase the more people know and fear them, she first entrusted the record of fates to local historian Hideki Araishi, who could be used to easily spread the rumours. She also contacted Fumijika Nejima, a criminal with a deep understanding of the mystic arts, to obtain the curse stones needed to gather soul dregs. Unsurprisingly, Nejima was very interested in the story of Ashino, and readily agreed to aid his revival. While carrying out these steps, Yoko learned of the existence of the Inn-Scroll, which threatened to thwart her plans. She added a note about the scroll in the Record of Fates before giving it to Araishi, intending to acquire it before it could pose an issue. Through her investigations, Yoko discovered that Hajime Yoshimi was a descendant of seamen, and threatened him with a curse in an effort to scare him into revealing the whereabouts of the Inn-Scroll. While Hajime bravely resisted Yoko's threats, she killed him with the curse to ensure Seema's descendant would not stand in her way. As the preparations were coming together, Yoko obtained the seemingly less dangerous curse stone of the Whispering Canal in order to become a curse bearer, a necessity for gathering the curse stones for the Feast of Shadows. Shogo Okiie, also a descendant of seamen, was eyed as a potential risk factor and contacted to ensure he would be located nearby and subject to monitoring. However, unaware that the spirit of seamen would be awakened within Shogo, as soon as she invoked the curse, Yoko's plan was sorted when she was immediately cursed to death by seamen. Haha! So it was her, all along. Course. Now, allow me to ask you one last question. If you, knowing all that you know now, had the ability to resurrect one life, what would you do? I'd use it if I had to sacrifice myself. I wouldn't want it. I would destroy it. Oh, I see. That was Seaman's original intention. I apologise for leaving it out of the options when I first asked you this question. Now, it is time to bring things to a close. Upon your arrival here, the Rite of Cleansing was activated, dispelling all other rituals and curses. Look upon the fruit of your effort, and then we shall leave this world behind for good. Thank you, truly, for all the work you have done. This game is incredible. Was incredible. Holy shit. So Yoko had to die. What? That's what happened? I can't believe it. I finally understand. Yeah, I was the one who did that to Yoko. The blood of the Onmyoji that's inside me broke into my consciousness and gave me that curse. Yoko was after the Rite of Resurrection. She was the one who awakened the curses of the Seven Mysteries and cast the Feast of Shadows. And the only way to stop all of it was to put a stop to her here. Otherwise the Rite of Cleansing might have been negated too. I wonder how much of it was really her doing all those things. Yoko. I guess that explains why I felt like it was fate when this all started. Though she didn't seem to notice. I guess things were always destined to end like this from the moment we met. I wish we could have met under different circumstances. No point in thinking like that now. God, I need a drink. I'm thinking, a Moscow Mule, or 2, or 3. So it just ends with her dying. Okay. Alright. Hey, it shows everybody. Like, what became of them all? Wait, it's a Haru? Man, what is it? Just a dream. It seems that it was all just a dream. I dreamt that there was such a thing as the Rite of Resurrection. Just a dream. I'm sorry to say it, but there isn't. Right, of course not. But even if there is no such thing, I promise you that I will get to the bottom of the kidnapping. In fact, I've happened to find a very important lead from over a year ago. Something that's evaded our reach until now, an eyewitness from the scene of the kidnapping. I see. I wonder if this means that certain people won't die now. Like, will Michio still die? Tetsuo doesn't die? Oh. Whoa, what the hell is this? The medical unit told me to get down here. What happened? I won't worry too much about it. As I was looking into Yoshimi's death at the former Yasuda Gardens, he died too. Another body was discovered at a different park in the area. Could they be related? Sure looks like it, but no, because she had killed him. She killed Yoshimi. Excuse me, we found this among the victim's belongings. Thought you'd want to know. What's this? Whoa, what the hell? Boss, Look what was in the female victim's address book. Yoshimi's phone number and photo. What? And the picture. There's an X drawn on it and a bunch of weird symbols, and a hole where his heart should be. Would be. No. Do you think... I mean... Could this be some kind of curse or something? I mean, he was gripping his chest. How many times do I have to tell you not to try to connect everything to the occult? Damn it. Is this a Nakagoshi case after all? What was that, boss? Nah, don't worry about it. Make sure you put that photo into evidence. There's no doubt this is related to Yoshimi. Make sure you do a thorough sweep of the area. I'm gonna make a phone call. Garnet, leave it to me. Spend as long as you want on the phone. Okay. Wonder what the hell her curse was then. Yako Sakazaki. Oh, Michio still died then. Oh, of course she did. Mio, it turns out Michio really did die in an accident. Yeah, if we ask around, we might be able to get a little more information. I guess there really... there never really was such a thing as a Rite of Resurrection. But I did feel like there was a spirit watching over us. Yeah, that was Michio. Yeah, of course she still died. Yeah, just because we sorted this out doesn't mean it... doesn't mean that nobody dies. Damn it, why? Nothing's happening. But now, my contract won't be... No! Should never have believed in this blasted record of fates. There's a Raiji. Who's next? To all of you watching from far, far away. The Rite of Resurrection has never existed. Not in any world, not in any time. So I ask you to take the life you hold and move boldly forward one step at a time. Richter, a wise out. Do you want to question him? Hang on, Rio. I want to get enough evidence for a search warrant. Let him go for now, and I'll follow him. That's the kidnapper? Yes, I'm the one who did it. So please, help me. She's always following me. Aww. What? Hajime was killed by this Yoko Fukunaga? How can that be? He wasn't the kind of guy who could just be picked off like that. You know that. Yeah, boss is hiding something. There seems to be some kind of secret hidden in Hajime's family tree. Let me see if I can find out what it is. Well, surely she already knows. I'd assume so. I heard you would be absent today. Is there something you need? Shogo! Well, I seem to have this spirit sense thing all of a sudden. I know it's the sort of thing our chairwoman doesn't approve of, so I thought I'd mention it. You could have called. Didn't think you was the standoffish type. I had to find out from a why. Oops, sorry. I forgot all about my favourite chief inspector. The hell are you planning? Nothing so heinous as you're thinking. I'm only Makoto Ashimiya after all, nothing but a lowly janitor. How are things with you? You getting along with your daughter? What? Well, you know, more or less. Ooh. Oh, one thing I haven't actually said when it comes to this game, it's a beefy bastard to record. Yeah. I think the first stream was 40 gig, the second stream was 62 gig. And then this is 6 hours, near enough, so this is probably going to be well over 100 gig. It's just, the bitrate is massive, and I don't know why, but it's what it is. And there it is. I believe I've done everything. The only thing I didn't do was find all the mockingbirds, but I don't care. They don't have any sort of effect on an ending, so I'm happy. I did not think there was going to be that long of the game left, though. I really had no idea. I don't know, I just thought there was going to be... Because I did 3 hours, 3.5 hours. And as I say, when I saw people do the game, I just assumed, 9 hours. But all in all, it's been 12.5. So, not bad. Not a bad length at all. Really enjoyed this. It was really good. Managed to go for 6 hours, too. Most of, with the other 2 times I streamed, I only did 3 hours or 3.5 hours, because by the time I got to the end of it, my throat was just raw. Just from all the talking, but this time I just kind of powered through and said sod it. I really, really enjoyed this. Did not think it would be Yoko as the mastermind in the end. I did say, though, I bet it's her that has the Whispering Canal. But it's nice that there was an ending that had... resulted in no major deaths. Yeah, so Tetsuo doesn't die, Shogo doesn't die, Nejima doesn't die, etc. Nejima doesn't really matter if he did die, to be honest. But, trying to think of others. Haru didn't. Basically, the only people that died were Yoshimi and Michio and Yoko. Yeah, this was a really, really cool game. It had one hell of an art style. Yeah. As I say, in a lot of areas it was like pseudo-real life. The backgrounds were painted, but then some areas it looked like you was in a panoramic picture. As weird as that is to say. Paranormasight. Presented by Square Enix. Beautiful. End. Is that going to cross it off on the story chart? There it is. Obligation fulfilled. Case closed. Nice. So there it is. Oh, so it actually ends on... Not dreams. Wait, what? Oh, because that's... Wait, why is it on her? Why is it her timeline? Oh, it isn't. Another conclusion. It's Shogo. Okay. Yeah, really cool. Just really cool. Crazy that Mayu only had one chapter. But yeah, there we go. We did absolutely everything. Every chapter was fulfilled in every way it could be. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, not much of a horror game, all in all. Honestly, the most horror the game was probably up until this. So this chapter, this chapter, this chapter, this chapter, and then it stopped being a horror, to be honest. It was a little bit of a horror at this, with the spirit board, because it went really dark, you got cursed by the Fool's Procession, which is a jump scare, and then the lights go completely out, you turn around, and then the reed, what was it? The one reed? Make me think a lot of the Rings. The one reed to rule them all. Ooh, file 23. Oh, there we go. Thank you for playing our game all the way to the very end. We look forward to the day we can present you with another Paranormasight. Sincerely yours, Nakagoshi. Awesome. I do think I probably missed some things. Yeah, I did. These are just culture and society, I think. Not really too bothered. What was it I wanted? The one-sided reed, that was it. I mean, that makes sense, because it's one-sided, because it's one side of their body gets lopped off. Yeah, there we go. Can I... There we go. Perfect. There we go. That is going to be the end of Paranormasight, the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. As I say, honestly loved every minute of this. It's really good. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this adventure. And until next time, take care.